Just a quick focus lesson on Chapter 1, Section 8. Textbook should be on page 56. The first questions here that we're going to look at ask whether equation is true, false, or open. And so we need to kind of look at problem 1 to see exactly what they're talking about here. Problem 1 talks about classifying equations. It says, is the equation true, false, or open? Explain. The first question has 24 plus 18 equals 20 plus 22. It says it's true because both expressions equal 42, so you have 24 plus 18, which is 42, I believe. And you have 20 plus 22, which is also 42. And so it means it's true because they get the same answer in both of them. Question B says 7 times 8 equals 54 is false because 7 times 8 is 56, and 56 is not equal to 54. So I think we've seen this before, but I've never seen the open. C says it's open because there's a variable, and I think what they mean is because I can put 2 in for x, I can put 3 in for x, I can put 1/2 in for x, 0.7 pi, anything, and I don't know what this side is going to equal, so that's why I think they use the phrase open, because we don't know exactly what this value over here is going to be. So let's go back and see what this does here. Number 7 says 85 plus negative 10 equals 95. And what I want you to do if you're going to get credit for this is not just tell me true or false, because it seems like you're guessing. I want you to actually simplify both sides as far as you can. So if you're going to do this, I need to know what 85 plus negative 10 is. We recognize here the signs are different, and so we should subtract, which gets 75, and it'll be a positive 75 equals 95, and that right there tells me that it is false because 75 is not equal to 95. Number 9 gives me 29 minus 34 equals negative 5. If you're going to work this out again, please do so the right way, plus and negative the way we learned earlier. 29 plus negative 34, here again you subtract, the difference is 5. 34 is bigger, so it's negative, and you end up with negative 5 equals negative 5, and therefore your answer is true. And then 13 has 4a minus 3b equals 21. And you really can't make a call on this because I don't know what a is, I don't know what b is, and that is where I would get the answer that the equation is open. Alright, so when you see those, that's pretty much what it's asking you to do. If the numbers match, it's true. If the numbers don't match, it's false. And if there's any kind of variable in there, then it is of course open. The next part tells us or asks us to find whether the number is a solution to the equation. Again, I think this is the true or false thing, and what they give me here on 17 is 5b plus 1 equals 16, and they put a semicolon with a negative 3. What this semicolon means is that this is the value that they want me to actually plug in for b. So let's look at problem 2. It says it's x equals 6, a solution to the equation 32 equals 2x plus 12. Looks like they simply did change x into 6. 2 times 6 turned into 12. 12 plus 12 is 24. And since these two are not the same, it says no, it is not a solution. So it goes back to that true-false work that we just did earlier. So all we have to do if we want to tell whether it's a solution is take this negative 3 and plug it in for the variable that's in the problem. 5 times negative 3 is negative 15 plus 1 equals 16. Here the signs are different, so we subtract. 15 minus 1 is 14. 15 is negative, so make the 14 negative. Those are not equal, which means that your answer is not false. It says is it a solution, so the answer would be no. Again, if you want credit on this, make sure you work all the way through this part. Don't just start up here and say yes or no. Just make sure you're showing all the work you're supposed to show. And 19 gives us 2 equals 10 minus 4y, and they give us the value of 2, which means we need to put 2 in for y. So 2 equals 10 minus 4 parentheses 2. So 2 equals 10 minus, well, if you're doing multiplication first, it'll be 10 minus 8, and 10 minus 8 is 2. Therefore your answer is yes. So what you need to do now, if there are no questions, first off, if there are questions, please ask. But if there are no questions, go ahead and take a moment to do 8 through 24 even, and then 25 through 28 all.